This is Erica.
You guys, if you want to see the backstory how Salty Crab found out who Erica was, I'm going to be linking her channel in the description below, so please go check out her channel.
As you guys can see, Erica is very into going to the gym and weightlifting, clearly takes it very seriously. And what I'm about to tell you about her and Amberlynn's relationship is what I have been told. And just like with the game telephone, anytime you hear something secondhand, there could be small details that are wrong. However, I believe everything I'm about to tell you actually happened. So Erica messaged Amberlynn first, and that is how the whole relationship got started. They talked constantly and FaceTimed each other, but they never met. Erica never wanted to go visit Amberlynn, mostly because she was in fact married. But she was telling Amberlynn that she was going to move in with her in August. She never had any intention of doing so. This is just what she was saying to Amberlynn. The relationship ended because Erica broke up with Amberlynn, and the reason was because of Amberlynn's BPD. Now, Amberlynn, as you might imagine, did not take this well, and apparently she started blowing up Erica's phone, calling over and over and over, texting over and over, and Erica's wife noticed this, and that is why Erica's wife called Amberlynn, and that is how Amberlynn found out Erica was married. Apparently, Amberlynn also sent Erica nudes of herself and at least one video of her moaning Erica's name. Now, I know a lot.
So with that being said, oh Lord, his Jordy was live, I guess, early this morning, and he was able to get Valentine / Erica and her wife on his show. Boy, it was a doozy, and I'll also be linking that video in my description to his channel to check the full interview. But oh my god, you guys, this is a doozy. But now we know definitely that Valentine and what's the weirdo, Willow or Tammy are not the same person. They are not the same person, but still this story is juicy. Like seriously, you guys. Okay, here we go.
Was intertwined with.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I said we were not the only married couple she was tangled with. She was talking to other married couples as well.
Well, have you been...
You guys, I know my audio is not the greatest. I purchased lapel microphones. I don't know what I did with it. I need to look for it and find it. I apologize. But anyways, as you heard, the wife, Amberlynn, is out here breaking up marriages or attempting to. You guys, this is wild. This is insanity. And the more you hear the story, it's a head scratcher. You're going to be like, what in the hell? Like, this is crazy.
Seeing everything that's been going on the past week with this Tommy girl.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is 16 hours after I called on to this crazy nightmare that was happening, Tommy all of a sudden had a ticket. 16 hours after I found out and after everything was severed, Tommy was on a plane trip. So the whole time that Erica and her were talking, she was also talking to Tommy and many other people.
So with that sentiment, to me it sounds like Tommy was Amberlynn's second choice. So her first choice was actually Erica. She tried to break up Erica and her wife's marriage up. When that did not work and the wife got involved, she went to her second choice, which is Tommy. This is high school on the internet, I swear.
So, you know, I don't know why we're getting the pushback and no one else is.
16 hours after Erica and Amberlynn ended things on Instagram, Emily had bought a plane ticket and had gone and visited.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Because I mean, a lot of people have been saying over the past day and a half that they were the same person, that Erica and Emily were the same person.
No, Erica is Valentine. That is Valentine.
Okay. So, my.
I'm sorry for the quick stops, but I gotta make this transparent, but I try to minimize the stops. So as you're gonna hear more from this video, that Erica is Valentine's. That was Erica's wife confirming that. And you're also gonna hear her saying that she's the one that actually bought her the Legos, the $400 Legos. So Valentine and Tammy are two separate people, but Erica is definitely Valentine. And oh my god, you guys, for once, Amberlynn actually told the truth. I just wish she stopped that fake grind thing, but she actually told the truth for once. It's amazing.
I mean, I broke it down. I mean, I didn't think of you at first. Like, the first person I thought of was Apathetic Facts. And we reached out to her, and I sent her probably, what was it, like 30 voice messages?
Kind of just broke it down.
Yeah, broke it down. Like, we just got done talking to her, but I can, like, briefly give you everything. So things started getting more involved between me and her, and, she kind of used her BPD as a crutch, saying, me not responding to her in like a timely manner, triggered her. And so it was almost like I was being like forced to react to her and to interact with her. And so she was like, you're always choosing your wife, you're always choosing her. And, it was Valentine's Day. And she's like, you never choose me, I'm always a second option. But meanwhile, before all
This is more like, excuse me, Amberlynn, she is supposed to choose her wife first. Her wife supposed to come first. You are the set piece, temporary set piece. Like, you were the mistress. You have absolutely no rights. What are you talking about? You're always choosing your wife first. Can you believe this, you guys? This is crazy.
this had happened, she was talking to, I'd say like, I want to say 2 people at the time. It was some girl named Abby and then some other girl named Danielle. And then like Alexis, of course, like was her friend, but Amber has said things over the phone I can't prove through text about Alexis and her ordeal, but I'll get into that later. So things just kind of felt uncomfortable, and I kept interacting. We were in an emotional relationship. She was feeding me the shit she feeds everybody else. And I fell for it, and I'm not a victim. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not a victim. My wife is a victim of this. I should be the one getting the backlash for this. I made this stupid mistake. I was stupid for it. If I could take it back, I would. So yeah, I entertained, led on Amberlynn, gave her what she wanted. She asked for screenshots of my messages of who I talked to on my phone and my DMs and stuff like that on Instagram. And, I sent them to her, and, just to like, I kind of just like felt pressured and on eggshells the whole entire time. And yeah, I tried a couple of times to get out of that situation, and she would literally get on FaceTime and give me the tears.
Oh.
Give
So
me the tears
you kind of felt like you wanted to take some steps back, but it was so overwhelming.
many, many times. Yes. And so that continued on until June 9th. So on June 9th, my uncle passed away, and I was pretty upset. He died alone in his house and nobody was around. And, I couldn't reach, my cousin, which was his, daughter. And I was freaking out. And I told her, I need some time. So up until about June 16th, I guess whatever day was June 15th, June 16th, I can't remember because I was too worried about what I had going on with my family. She was messaging me every day, asking me, oh, do you miss us? Like me and her, do you miss me? I was like, I got a lot going on. My uncle just passed. I was really close to my uncle. I don't have much family. My parents died when I was 15. I'm not trying to give a sob story, but I don't have much family. Mm-hmm. And she knows I don't have much family. She knows how family oriented I am. And, she would try and clock me on things and ask me where I'm going. Yeah, like one time I didn't respond in 6 minutes, and she kind of freaked over that. But
sorry to interrupt, but there is somebody saying something about you using an app, Life 360.
I was just about to get into that. So, whenever that whole ordeal came where the relationship was confirmed, I was like, so what would a relationship be if this was confirmed? She said, oh, just more communication and loyalty and being honest with each other. I said, okay, that's fine. And then she's like, we should meet up. And she came up with the date August 1st. And then, so I was telling her like, hey, like my wife knows where I go and stuff, and it's on 360, and, we keep up with each other. And she wanted me to put her on Life 360. She wanted that. And I'm telling you, it was probably like a week or 2 of her talking to me about putting her on Life 360. So I agree.
I guess at this point, we both understand why Amberlynn brought Erica into the fold. She was trying to distract from Tammy, but this still does not make it look good. This was a way to deflect from Tammy, but this backfired to her spectacularly, because now she's out here intentionally trying to break up marriages, and she sounds unhinged. This is ridiculous, but I love it. It is juicy.
Agreed to it. I caved in and I agreed to it. And she was Googling every address I was at just to know where I was at and telling me, she was like, yeah, I Googled where you're at. I didn't know what this place was. And just, it was just a big mess. And
And Jordy, I don't know if you know, but we are all the way across the country. We're talking about she's tracking some people she does not even know from all the way across the other side of the country.
that's my thing.
Oh my gosh. I can't get behind the rationale of why she would want to get involved with someone married.
She, well,
And that was my question to her.
So let me ask you, when you called Amber Lynn and she was allegedly at a birthday party or a barbecue or something, and Amber Lynn said in her most recent video that you made her cry. What kind of went on in that conversation?
So me and Amber Lynn, I seen a video where she said I was harassing her. So the initial phone call that I had with her, Erica had called her. She didn't answer. So when Amber Lynn called back, I answered. And, I asked her, I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? What is going on? She's married. You're telling her not to have relations with her. I mean, like, it was crazy. That was the first phone call. I told her, do not contact Erica. Do not make any videos. I don't want to hear not another peep, like nothing, no more contact. So she goes to, I think, Erica's TikTok and says, can you please unblock me?
No, that's not what happened.
Or something to that effect. And what was it on then?
It was a fake phone number.
Sorry. She had a dummy phone or a text app. And she said, can you just
Amber Lynn had a burner phone.
Or
something.
Or a text app.
So yeah, the next day after that was squashed. Amber Lynn asked Brittany if we could still be friends, and Brittany was like,
absolutely not.
No, that's not in the question. So and how this came about, how this phone call happened.
Well, hold on. You know why she wanted to still be friends? Because she wanted to stay on y'all's good side because she didn't want you guys talking.
Yeah. So let's back it up a few days. So after my uncle died, June 14th rolls around. It was supposed to be like our little get together anniversary, whatever. And I was like, I did say, yeah, you deserve so much better than this. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Like in my head, I didn't want to. I had tried to trail off and give her space, kind of like not respond to every message she sends me. And I tried to just kind of silently move out of the picture and just let someone else get her attention is what I was trying.
Yeah. Kind of let it fizzle out.
Kind of, yeah. So, so I was out and I said, I don't think we should do this anymore. And she said, okay, friends it is. So I don't know I don't know who broke up with who. I could care less. But after that day, she continued to message me. And I was in the bedroom with Brittany, and we were trying to watch a movie, and Brittany saw a message pop up on my phone. She said, who is that? And I said, it's Amber Lynn. She will not leave me alone. So that's where that third phone call came from. It wasn't Brittany being crazy and, stalking Amber Lynn and getting her phone number and flipping out on her. No, it was me having to get my wife involved to get out of this situation. And yeah, I know that sounds stupid, cut her off, block her, whatever. But she messaged me from a fake phone number the next day and said that Brittany cornered her. She had to tell her everything. She wanted me to unblock her number and call her and then reblock it, and that, love makes her crazy. That's what she wanted.
Oh my God, Jordy makes the best facial expressions. But so Amber Lynn sounds like she doesn't have any boundaries at all, 0 boundaries. And wait, so she was blocked and proceeded to get a fake number or one of those texting apps and wanted to talk to her, but then this is wild. So would you guys classify Amber Lynn as a psychopath or a sociopath? But then she says the lover makes her crazy, but how does she know she's never met these people in real life? What? They have never actually met in real life. This is the part that's just, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand it.
She wanted me to block her and then, or unblock her, talk to her, and then block her back. And I didn't even respond to it. I deleted it, which I shouldn't have deleted that, but.
So what you're referring to, that crying phone call, she bawled like a little baby during the first phone call when I told her that I was going to send all the text messages, all the photos, all of that. That's when she started crying.
Oh.
The call was on July 4th when I had found out that she had reached out to Erica and would not stop. And I have that entire phone call recorded. So she can't say that didn't happen because it did, and I have receipts.
Oh, oh my gosh. I mean,
I
you,
know. No, I'm the biggest piece of crap right now. I'm, whatever. I'm Destiny, whatever. I've seen what I've seen some of the comments, and it's just, yeah, I get it, guys. Like, I'm a piece of crap for this. I really am. It was stupid. It was a distraction. It was something to do. I shouldn't have did it, but I deserve the backlash that I'm getting. It's just that whenever people are like looking up Brittany and stuff, it's kind of getting out of hand. Like, come haze me, make a meme out of me, like, do what you got to do. But whenever, like, I understand that she's going to get backlash too because she's a part of it. But it should have never happened. And
just real quick, did you buy her? So, like, did Amberlynn ever send you gifts, or did you ever buy her a Lego? Because remember, she said that somebody bought her like a $400 Lego.
she sent me Beats headphones.
Okay,
Those.
but you never bought her a Lego.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did buy the Lego. Okay,
Yeah, that was me.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I
But
mean, I guess that this is just something that you and Brittany need to work out eventually. But it's like, I
yeah,
mean,
we're
it,
working out. We're trying to drop this, but then all of a sudden all this crap comes out today, and we were over with it. We were fine. We were dandy, and we're trying to move past it. It was a fuck up. It was a mistake. I was stupid. I don't really talk to anybody on social media anymore, and I go to the gym, and that's about it.
uh, so it was kind of like a game that turned into a distraction, and you kind of got mixed up in it, and you probably put a little bit too much emotion into it, and
Yeah,
then she got really involved, and she started to get really attached.
in a psychotic sense, yes. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say anything bad about my wife to her. Like, every time conversation came up about Brittany, it was almost like she would get upset with me because I would never say anything bad. Like, Brittany recently, took a vacation from work and accepted a different position that was better and less stress. And she was at home, so I couldn't. I told Amberlynn, "Hey, we can't talk. She's here.
Yeah.
Whatever." And that was one of my ways of trying to, like, kind of push her away. It didn't work out that well, and she's like, "Well, she's being a baby," and I'm like,
She
"No,
was
she's not."
saying that your wife was being a baby.
Yeah, because she took a different job that was better and less stressful. But she's like, "Oh yeah, because she quit her job because she's a baby." And I was like, "No, it was for more money." And then I
Like, she
did
couldn't handle the workload.
no, it was, well,
Amberlynn was trying to make it out like I'm this bad person because I quit my job to be at home, when the fact was I actually put in my notice with my last job to start a new job that was a lot better and a lot closer to home. But to
Oh
her,
my gosh.
I was a baby. So if you can imagine, like a lot of this stuff is really new that I'm just finding out about. Like when I found out that Amberlynn had my address and was sending stuff to my house and knew every coordinate that I was going to, like it blew my mind because like that's like my life. And I even told her in that phone call, I'm like, it's really creepy to have you looking me up on Instagram and following my every move, and I don't even know you or that you're doing it.
Oh my God, Amberlynn is out here being baby reindeer. Holy crapola. What? This is insane. And while we're at it, I'm starting to think that Amberlynn is both. I think Amberlynn is a sociopath and a psychopath. Because remember about the cat crazy? Can somebody please get Amberlynn to admit that she did something to Crazy? I mean, I don't think she actually did anything to the cat, but I do think she let that cat out intentionally so she could get the cat wasabi. But yeah, Amberlynn is a mini baby reindeer. Holy moly, you guys, this is nuts.
So, question for Erica. So, like, what was your kind of involvement with Alexis, and like, who is that? Is that Amberlynn's friend?
Oh gosh. Okay, so apparently in Amberlynn's eyes, I made Amberlynn stop talking to her friends, so-called Abby, so-called Alexis, which I didn't. Amberlynn kind of said that, was always saying like Abby was rude to her, said mean things to her, and I was like, well, why do you talk to her? Why even let people talk to you like that? Was saying like horrible things that she like broke down the things that Abby was saying to her, and then she was just like, oh, Alexis is calling me. I don't feel like talking to her. She's kind of like giving me the ick. Apparently, Alexis said some weird stuff to her, like throughout this whole thing. But apparently, Alexis is just like the best thing ever. And Alexis, I never talked to Alexis, but like Alexis, I guess, knows like the gist of me and Amberlynn.
Okay, so she was
But
kind of jealous of y'all's relationship in
I,
like a weird way.
I think so, yeah. And I will say that those friends that visited Amber and Lynn was not Alexis and whoever. It was Eric and Ricky. So just
Oh, well, yeah, when she had people fly out.
yeah, that was not who people are assuming it to be. So those friends.
When you say Abby, is that Alexis?
No,
That's a
oh,
different person.
that is a 22-year-old little girl.
Little
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, I'm 34. So
Oh, age wise. Okay, I thought you meant like okay.
oh, she's small, dude. She's very small framed. Like I'm probably twice her size. Like
Oh
bone
my.
structure wise.
Okay. Well, Alexis has actually just come into my stream just now, and she has some words to.
Yeah,
She's.
I would like to hear what Alexis has to say.
So Alexis is saying that you guys are just spewing a bunch of lies. Erica is a sociopath who has cheated on her wife multiple times, and she's trying to save her marriage by doing this.
No, actually. So, Alexis, I know you're young and everything, but so the difference between having a relationship with somebody, being boyfriend, girlfriend, versus being married for 9 years is you stand on different foundations, right? So when something happens and you're just dating, you can just cut that person off, no big deal. But when you've been married for 9 years, you're kind of on a different foundation. So working things out, it's just what you do. It's vows you take. And if you love the person enough, you'll work through it.
Also, another thing for Alexis, I wouldn't speak so soon because I knew how many people you went through, and I'm not gonna like display your business or call you names, but you are not the one to talk about relationships. I will say that.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna spill out Alexis's business like that, but
Yeah,
I know of different things because I was told. So whatever was told to Amberlynn, Amberlynn told me.
Yeah, so Alexis, Amberlynn's over there telling all your business, girl.
Jeez. Doesn't sound like you should be telling Amberlynn anything, because when you tell Amberlynn, you're also talking to 10 different other people.
Yeah, exactly. And I know she's probably going to have a lot to say about this, and I mean, she can try all she wants to. That's fine. But I admitted my part. Like, yeah, it got in a bad situation. I shouldn't have did what I did. Okay, I'm bad for doing that. But as far as lies, I'm not sure what lies I'm saying. I'm sitting here admitting that, yeah, like Brittany knew, Amberlynn knew it was a bad decision, and I should have never done it. Like, I'm owning up to this, unlike some people on YouTube that can't own up to things.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think we're all kind of in agreement here, as well as you are, that the game that eventually turned into something emotional with Amberlynn should have never happened, and you're atoning for that, and you're kind of owning it and everything. But I mean, this is the kind of responsibility and the kind of character trait that we would never see from Amberlynn. So,
Absolutely.
we'll give you props for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, like, there was one point, like, I was like second guessing what you guys were saying. Like, yeah, I was part of the Amberverse, and I was part of the haters, and she knows that. I told her that. I was like, I didn't like you at one point, Amberlynn, and I told her why. And she gave this side to me that made me second guess her as a person.
Because I mean, you know what Amberlynn's always saying, you guys don't know the real me, get to know the real me. Like, what you see on YouTube and who I'm portrayed, that's not the real me. So like, maybe it was kind of like she was playing a character.
I will say I'm not sure if who I dealt with was the real person or if who she was on YouTube was the real person. That's how bad it was.
Judging by how she's acted, and she's blatantly told me, I'll respect you, I will not have no more contact. Just judging by the aftermath of how she acted, yeah. I would lean more towards the whole thing with Erica was the act, not who we see online. I honestly believe who we see online is probably the real person. Everything, all the rumors, everybody pretty much says the same thing at the end of the day after their relationship with her is done. I mean, everybody has the same story. What is everybody lying? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a common denominator here.
Right.
And you guys remember a couple years ago, her friend Rave, I don't know if they're still friends or not, but Rave, she even said that every time she hung out with Amberlynn, she never really felt like she got to know the real Amberlynn. So to me, it seems like Amberlynn is like a chameleon, but she's not. Like, people seems like they never really get to know who she is. but I'm starting to think that the person we see on the internet with our behaviors is the real Amber Lynn.
Also, I'd like, oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So this is going to sound crazy, but as far as her manipulation goes, I worked in a maximum custody prison for close to 10 years. You know, I dealt with probably the meanest people you could probably ever imagine. And I never once like fell victim to any of their tactics, their tricks, and their bullshit. You know, maybe it's because I knew, hey, you're a criminal. But with her, it was like I've never been that manipulated before in my life. As far as anything that I had said triggered her BPD, it triggered, you know, her abandonment. She has abandonment issues. She was always every single day needing reassurance. She was sending me videos to get my attention, and like whenever I would try and end things and take pictures and stuff like that. And
about how long would you say? So I mean, you guys were talking shortly after she broke up with Jade. How long would you say that you guys had like a texting relationship? Like, how long would you say it went on for before you started to realize that there's an issue and you wanted out?
When was it? So we started talking like this. I sent the message September 27th, and I think things got out of hand, at least on Britt's part, around like November. So like Brittany was like, I don't want you talking to her anymore.
So like 2 months, maybe
yeah.
Almost 2 months.
And you know, of course, like I tried, and I got I got backlashed, and I kind of caved in, and was given a show. I guess that's what it is, because you know, she told Brittany on this recorded conversation that she would not give my name out because she like respects, you know, privacy. That's why we're doing this now. Like, we just got done telling apathetic facts, a whole bunch of stuff, and probably stuff you'll find out whenever she edits everything. I'm probably forgetting some things because I just have completely like, I was just letting it all out. But yeah, I'm the jerk, and I was an idiot, and I'm stupid, and
well, you know, so November. So if you guys started talking in late September, and then, you know, sometime in November, is that when Brittany reached out to Zachary Michael?
Yes.
So you were willing, after like a month and a half, to spill everything that you had already known. So really, this could have came out last year.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
And I mean, honestly, the only reason why any of this has been happening over the past day is because, why do you think that she would come on here and say Erica's name? Like, what good do you think?
Because everyone thought Tommy was me, and apparently Tommy killing her girlfriend is the main talk right now. So I guess in order to expose me, you know, let's make Erica, who has a boring life. You know, I have a mundane job. I go to the gym. I don't have any type of history of killing people or feeding people to death. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not sure if I'm going to get monetized or docked, you know, in trouble for saying that. But Tommy has more of a history than I do. But still, let's make Erica a distraction. I'm not about to be a distraction to someone that fed their recent partner to death. And I'm probably being mean about it, but sorry.
I mean, we all saw the screenshots. You know, I mean, so let me ask, so like, obviously you're very fitness oriented. You're very interested in weightlifting, that kind of stuff. Did your relationship with Amber Lynn, did it ever kind of be like you were her coach? You were trying to get her to lose weight, get her health on track?
Not necessarily, no, but you know, she was like, I did like try to support her in this whole like Ozempic thing.
Okay.
And I guess like shortly after we like parted our ways, Ozempic failed. Not sure how that happened. But you know, she was like, she would tell me her weight. She's like, I'm trying to get down to this weight before this date, you know, and I'd be like, okay, you know, I'm proud of you for that. That's, you know, a good job. But you know, I was trying to like tell her better options of things sometimes. I'm like, you know, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that. And I don't know if she took my advice or not. But
obviously not.
Yeah. Do that. And once again, I was stupid for that too, I guess. So
well, I mean, you know, I'm not cutting you too much slack and everything, because I mean, obviously, you know that you did wrong, you got involved and everything, but it kind of sounds like this wasn't the best person to kind of. Yeah, because I mean, they obviously have a lot of emotional issues and attachments. I mean, and I mean, it kind of sounds like you didn't want to be mean. You didn't really want to.
And I wasn't mean. Like I snapped at her a couple times because she was timing my responses. Like, oh, what were you doing for the last 4 minutes? What were you doing the last 30 minutes? What were you doing? And then on FaceTime, I would look at my emails or look at my messages from my friends, and she's like, what are you doing? You know, why are you looking at your phone? Why are you looking down at your phone like that? Because I wasn't looking directly at her. You know, I just got questioned. I couldn't even sit down and eat breakfast and without getting interrogated on what I was doing on my phone, you know? And
well, I mean, Amber Lynn doesn't have anything going on. She's not working. She doesn't really have anything to take up her time. So your life became her life.
yeah, I mean, I was calling her on my way to work. I was calling her.
And this is, you know what, I will say this, Erica, this is exactly what she did with Destiny. Having her call her on the way to work. Whenever Destiny had like a 30-minute lunch break, she had to go to the car and she had to talk to Destiny, and they had to be on the phone with each other. And I mean, you can't keep that up, obviously, because I mean, you had a wife. I
was like, you know, I like music. I have a broad spectrum of music that I like, and I like listening to music on the way to work. Who does not like listening to music on the way to work? And I mean, unless you really want someone important to talk to. And I was like, you know, I would like to listen to music on the way to work. And that was an issue. That was an issue. And then on my way home, if I hadn't called her after the time she knew I got off, she would call me. And like, you know, some days after work, some days you just want to drive in silence. And I know there's people on this chat right now that can agree with me. You want to drive in silence on your way home from work some days. And I couldn't even have that. And I'm not a victim here. Again, I'm not a victim. But at the same time, I had pressure put on me that I did not feel comfortable with. So I'm not, you know, I was a bad person with what I did to my wife.
With that being said, I'm going to say, yikes on bikes. But I am going to link both channels' descriptions in the description below. But yeah, that's what the interview was. And Apathetic Facts apparently is also going to come up with a video. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.